G'day mate, welcome back to the channel. I'm FPL Root and welcome back to another FPL video. So in today's video, I'm going to be going through my best defenders ahead of the 2024-2025 Premier League season. So FPL is back, we're going to be picking our squads, but first I just wanted to lay out some of the best defenders that you should be looking to bring into your game week 1 squads. I'm going to be doing this by comparing options at different prices, as I feel like now we do have some of the prices revealed that we can actually compare whether it's worth spending the money and who to spend the money on, or should we be saving on certain positions. First of all though, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe, smash the like button as well, it does help me out, and we'll get straight into it by talking about goal involvement. So this is looking back onto last season, and it was actually quite a shock for me. So Doughty ended up on the most goal involvements for defenders with 12, then Trippier, Ben White and Senesi. So that was a big shock that Doughty did end up finishing top. I know he did very, very well for assists, but I didn't realise he was that good. And then you've got kind of the usual names in Trippier, Pedro Porro and Ben White, and then Senesi as well. Again, I didn't realise how well he actually did. I knew he got about 4 or 5 goals, but yeah, incredible for 9 goal involvements for him. So if you don't know, a goal involvement is an assist or a goal. So yeah, these are some of the, I guess, players that did well last season. Doesn't mean they're going to do well this season. Obviously, Doughty's no longer in the league, so there's no point bringing him in. But definitely the usual suspects have turned up here: Trippier, Pedro Porro and Ben White. But we'll get onto the full video now.
Yo, listen up, Rue is stepping up the game, where fantasy Premier League runs in his veins. From transfers to captains, he's always on top, guiding you through every game week non-stop. They say Rue got that Salah flow. Welcome to the channel, enjoy the show. Wild cards, free hits with so much vibe. If you're hunting for success, then make sure you subscribe.
So we'll start off with a player that narrowly missed the list of goal involvements for last season. Is a player we all know from FPL, we've all owned at probably some stage. It is Trent Alexander-Arnold, one of the best defenders to ever grace the Premier League in terms of FPL asset. He wasn't on the list, probably a lot to do with he did miss 10 games last season, and he didn't have his probably best season. He did start off well, but probably not his best season for his standards. But he ended up with 8 goal returns, so 3 goals, 5 assists, which is still not bad. It still would have got him in the top 5 for one more goal involvement, but he didn't. In terms of shots, which is incredible stats, 47 shots, which is ridiculous. So he's having about, just under 2 shots a game, which is, very, very good. Only 8 of them are on target though, so that's one thing to note. And shots in the box 15, which is incredible. You don't really expect him to be shooting from inside the box. Expected goals was 2.78, so he's outperformed that. He got 3 goals, 5.8 assists, he got 5 assists, pretty much the same. Only 2 big chances and 17 big chances created. So that's the key one, 17 big chances created and then 64 key passes. So he comes in at 7 million, so he's dropped 1 million from last season, which I think was probably a bit too much. He's now probably a little bit more affordable for managers. Liverpool also started the season with some nice games. Ipswich first up, then they've got Brentford at home, Man United away, and then they got some real good fixtures after that as well. So it's not just kind of the first 3. And you could argue Brentford and Man United are not easy anyway, but it's just with Liverpool, I feel like I'm saying this for a lot of players at the minute, but with Liverpool, new manager, you're not sure how they're going to perform. Trent hasn't really, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but Trent hasn't really done it for any other manager but Jurgen Klopp. So that's the only thing that worries me. Can he do it with Arne Slot? We'll wait and see. I'm sure he will, but it's just a wait and see for Trent. But I completely understand if he did want to start the season with him. He's got Ipswich, he's got Brentford at home. He's dropped a point million, so he's 7 million. I don't hate that at all. Someone else whose price hasn't come out yet, but probably be around 6.5 million or 6 million, which is a lot of money, but he's shown last season he can get attacking returns as well. 4 goals, 5 assists for Ben White. Played every game but 1. The shots though, compared to Trent, just shows that he's not attacking as Trent. I know he's got more goals, I know he's got the same amount of assists, but it is in 9 less games, and the stats just show he's not as attacking as Trent. Again, less shots in the box, less expected goals, less accepted assists, more big chances, which could be from maybe corners, set pieces, less big chances created, which shows he's not whipping the ball into the box, etc. And then less key passes. So I think it's comfortable to say that Ben White is a less attacking threat than Trent. But Arsenal, I think, on the look of last season, are a better defence than Liverpool. Who knows, again, what Arne Slot's going to come in and do, but I can comfortably say Arsenal will be a better defence than Liverpool. So you're just weighing up of a really, really strong defence and attacking returns, or unsure about the defence and incredible attacking returns. So, yeah, it's one thing to weigh up. Do you want the security of clean sheets, or would you rather your defender get a goal and no clean sheet? So, yeah, weigh that up. Arsenal do start the season not bad in terms of fixtures. They do end up getting worse, but the first three are not bad. Wolves at home, Villa away, Brighton at home. 2 home games again is very, very good. And I think Ben White is probably the best Arsenal player to go for because of that attacking threat. But if you're picking between these two, I'd probably start the season with Trent, because you can always drop down to Ben White if you want to. But that Ipswich game, that Brentford at home game, does look very, very tasty. And again, we know how devastating Trent can be in FPL when he does start to, I guess, perform points and assists, etc. So who knows, Arne Slot could end up being a good for Liverpool's defence as well. But I think it's a wait and see what happens in pre-season. But for now, I'd much rather Trent over Ben White. So before we do get on to our next 2 players, I just wanted to show that these kind of graphics are from Fantasy Football Hub. So a very, very good website, useful website that shows kind of all the stats, all the fixtures. You get to get your team rated by AI, which is ridiculous. If someone told me when I was doing fantasy by pen and paper that I'd be able to get my team rated by AI, I wouldn't believe them. You get to have kind of recommended transfers as well, just to get the creative juices flowing on what transfers you can make. Loads of cool features on there, so check out the link in the description. They're doing 50% off at the minute, so if you were going to register for the membership, now's the time to do it. And if you do use the link in the description, it does help me out and allow me to keep growing my channel and keep creating good content for you that I hope you are enjoying. But anyway, let's get on to the 2 players on the screen now. Pedro Porro and Kieran Trippier, so both were on the goal involvements list that I mentioned at the start. Both had, I think, a mixed season personally. I know they both were up there, but they both had a mixed season. And Kieran Trippier, if you think about Kieran Trippier last season, you'd say didn't really have a good season, but he went through a point of being absolutely on fire, getting a return, whether that be a clean sheet or assist, in about 10 games in a row, I think it was. So on paper, he's had a good season, but you probably say that he hasn't had a good season if you've watched him. But again, FPL is not about watching them, it's about can they deliver goals and assists and clean sheets. So we're going to focus on the on paper for now. We'll start off with Pedro Porro though. So he played more games than Trippier, 35 games, and he comes in a little bit cheaper than Trippier. So these prices are confirmed now. 5.5 million for Pedro Porro. He started the season last season at 5 million, and it's obviously because he's got 11 goal involvements, 3 goals, 8 assists, and as a Spurs fan, he should have got at least 2 more goals, I feel like. And yeah, so he was very unlucky, hit the bar a few times, stuff like that. But his XG is saying is about right, but for me, he definitely should have got more goals. In terms of expected assists as well, he's actually overperformed that, which is great. And shots on target, he's having a lot of shots. 53 shots for a right back is ridiculous. And he's not even a right wing back, he's playing right back in a back 4. Obviously, he's coming into midfield and stuff like that, but 53 shots with 12 on target. What more can you want from a defender, an FPL defender, than 53 shots and 12 on target? For example, Trent got 47 in the same amount. Oh no, yeah, Trent got the same amount, 47 actually, and Finn got 53, so 5 less, and Trent played about 7 less games. So, and Trent is a ridiculous asset, but Trent is also 1.5 million more, is the thing to consider here. Obviously, Spurs' defence is shocking and was shocking last season. They conceded so many goals, so many, honestly, lost their clean sheet so many times. I think they went through the kind of last 20 odd games with about 2 clean sheets. I think it was one against Aston Villa, I know that for sure. But yeah, and I think one against Sheffield United scored on the last day. So yeah, defence is not there for Pedro Porro, but attacking is there. Shots in the box from a right back, 27. 27. Trent was 15 and he's an elite right back. Yeah. So Pedro Porro is very attacking. It's just, do you want to sacrifice clean sheets, or do you think Andrew's going to change and maybe be a bit more solid? That's a question for you to answer. I think no, but I think Pedro Porro is good enough by himself to not have to stress too much about the clean sheets. Leicester away, Everton at home, the first 2 games are very good for Spurs. And then they've got Newcastle away, which is going to be tough. And Trippier, again, like I said, if you think about Trippier last season, you'd probably think hasn't really had a good season, but he's still got 10 assists. Again, the shots are nowhere near Pedro Porro. He's probably more an assist Trippier, and probably Newcastle are a better defence than Spurs. Expected goals, again, is virtually nothing, 0.65, which is ridiculous over 28 games. Expected assists, though, is 6.9. Again, he's outperformed that. Big chances created, around the same. For me, Trippier, you're not getting goals. This information shows me you're not getting goals. Pedro Porro, you're more likely to get a goal, and probably is the more exciting asset to go for and the cheaper asset to go for, obviously. But Trippier, I think Newcastle's defence is solid. They had a lot of injuries last season and they still managed to keep a fair few of clean sheets. So do I think paying 0.5 million more is worth it? I think it probably is to start the season, because they do start with Southampton, then Bournemouth away. Then they've obviously got Spurs at home. But I think probably start the season with Trippier. To be honest, I'd probably start with both if you can afford it. But if I had to choose one, probably start with Trippier, because I do just like that solid Newcastle defence, and the 2 first fixtures I just prefer Newcastle's. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below, and we'll get on to the next pair of defenders. So now we'll go for 2 really, really good left backs, and to be honest, I think they started the season very, very well, and Estupiñán has been a kind of incredible asset for FPL over the last, 2-3 years. Udogie came into the league last season, done well at first, I thought, but probably didn't deliver enough attacking returns as he should have. His expected goals is over what he got, and his expected assists is under, but I don't think if that makes sense, I don't think he showed that he should have got more returns. I just think he should, because he's such a good player. I think obviously with Udogie, I do want to mention this because I get to, I guess, give a little bit better insight into Spurs and the way they play, because I do watch them regular because I'm a Spurs fan. But I think Pedro Porro being so attacking means Udogie can't be that attacking. So I think it does, I don't want to say limits his game, but means he can't bomb forward as much, because you've got Pedro Porro, as we've seen with the stats, 57 shots or whatever it was, bombing forward, that he can't do that. But I do like him as an option. Again, 2 goals, 3 assists, 28 games, not bad. The shots are not there. Shots in the box, though, all these shots have been in the box, which means he's getting into them positions, which is a good thing. Big chances, 5. Again, he's getting into them inside the box, getting chances. Big chances created, 3. So Udogie's okay. I don't love it, to be honest. I think Pedro Porro's worth way more than 0.5 million. So I think go for Pedro Porro if you can. If you can't, I think only go for Udogie if Spurs are looking good defensively. Other than that, I'll probably stay clear. Estupiñán, on the other hand, is a tough one, because obviously Brighton now have a new manager again. So De Zerbi has left. Estupiñán can be a very, very good option in the right system for the right manager that actually likes him. 2 goals, 3 assists, the same as Udogie. Obviously, he's played 9 games less than him, more shots than him, more shots on target than him. Expected goals though, less than a doggy. So it just goes to show, if you look at shots in the box, that he's not really getting into the dangerous positions as much as Udogie, which shows by the expected goals and an assist around the same as well. But for me, I actually think don't go for any of these, to be totally honest with you. I think this price point is an awkward one. It's like get some money and get a better defender. 0.5 million gets you a very good defender, or save 0.5 million and go for a 4.5 million defender, which we'll talk about next. And to be honest, I don't love Brighton's fixtures to start off. Everton away, Man United at home, Arsenal away. So for me, I'd stay clear of both these options and probably go for a 4.5 million defender, because there are some good ones out there, which I'll talk about next. So now we've got the 4.5 million defenders, as I've said, and there are a lot out there, but I actually do think these two are up there with being some of the best. We'll talk about Konza first. So played almost every game, 35 games, only a goal and assist, which is annoying, to be totally honest with you. It is annoying because you want your defenders to be in a goal threat, and it shows that he's probably not a goal threat at all. But if you look at his expected goals, it is 2.5 and he only got one, so he should have scored more goals, probably at least another one. But yeah, not great. But Villa, solid defensively, I think is the key. Their fixtures start the season are not the best. West Ham away, Arsenal at home, Leicester away. But at some point in this season, I do really like Aston Villa defender. Whether that's Konza, I'm not sure. But I think for now, Konza does look like a solid pick. However, a player I do actually really like is Lewis Dunk. So both these players are in the England squad, funny enough. Dunk is a bigger goal threat than Konza. We've seen that over the years, and we've seen that last season as well. In 2 less games, he's got 3 goals, 1 assist. Shots 33 compared to Konza's 19 and 12 on target. Shots in the box 27, 15 for Konza. 3.15 expected goals, only 2.5 for Konza, considering he's played 2 games more as well, Konza. 2.2 expected assists, and key passes 13 as well for Dunk. However, again, I don't like Brighton's fixtures, as I mentioned, but I think at some point of the season, I think these two could be very, very useful. I'd much rather have one of these two when their fixtures maybe are looking a little bit better, and then go for a Pedro Porro, go for a Trippier, rather than have a Doggy and a Stupinan around that 5 million point. Let me know what you think in the comment section below though. And remember, check out that link in the description if you did want to sign up to Fantasy Football Hub. You can sign up for a free membership as well, or at the moment they're doing 50% off their paid memberships, which is an absolute bargain, to be honest with you. I'm not too sure how long that's going to last, so I would check that out now if you wanted to sign up, or even just click the link and have a look for yourself on what benefits you can get. Yeah, leave a comment below, and I'll catch you in the next video.